Across Florida, many condo boards are opting for the lowest possible management bids to keep monthly costs down. Yet, these communities are frequently the ones facing the most aggressive spikes in emergency special assessments. This traditional approach to property management is defined by manual paper trails, a reactive break-fix maintenance strategy, and the use of outdated operational software. When an association relies on handwritten ledgers and manual check processing, it introduces human error and administrative friction that creates a constant, measurable drag on the community's budget. New statutory requirements and tightening insurance audits are changing the financial equation for these associations. In this new environment, the traditional analog management model faces a mounting gap between current income and future legal obligations. To understand why, we have to map the specific financial leakages inherent in this legacy model and see how modern management protocols are designed to neutralize them. Clinging to these past administrative practices often works against a board's goal of saving money, eventually threatening the community's financial stability and legal standing. Traditionally, property management operated on a break-fix model. You wait for a mechanical or structural failure to occur, and then you pay to fix it. This chart illustrates the industry's 1-to-4 maintenance multiplier. Data shows that every single dollar saved by deferring routine maintenance translates into $4 in emergency repairs and structural restoration down the road. Historically, many legacy condo boards would use their voting power to waive or reduce reserve contributions. This kept monthly dues artificially low by deferring the cost of major repairs to future years. Following the collapse at Surfside, Florida's legislative landscape changed. New laws have significantly restricted the ability of associations to waive the funding of critical reserves. Under Florida Statute 718.112, residential condominiums 3 stories or higher must now complete a Structural Integrity Reserve Study, or SIRS. This study mandates the full funding of reserves for critical elements, like the roof and load-bearing walls. In addition to the reserve study, the law now requires mandatory milestone inspections to ensure aging buildings remain structurally sound. If officers or directors willfully fail to complete these studies and fund them properly, the statute defines that failure as a breach of their fiduciary relationship to the unit owners. Under current Florida law, underfunding reserves is no longer a viable budget strategy. It is a potential legal liability for the board. Beyond maintenance, a second major financial drain is found in the condominium's master insurance policy. Master insurance premiums have surged in recent years, with some communities seeing these costs consume up to 25% of their entire annual operating budget. Before issuing or renewing a policy, insurance underwriters now aggressively audit building operations and maintenance records. Properties that still rely on physical logbooks, paper inspection reports, and unmonitored systems often struggle to pass these audits. When an association cannot provide digitized proof of maintenance, underwriters assign a higher risk rating, leading to steep premium hikes or non-renewal. Conversely, properties with digitized records and sensor-monitored systems provide the verifiable data underwriters need to justify lower premiums. Analog record-keeping actively inflates a community's risk profile, directly increasing the cost of its largest non-negotiable expense. There are also hidden costs found in the friction of manual administrative labor. Data comparing management styles shows that paper invoicing and manual ledger management can drive up accounts receivable delinquencies by 15 to 20%. These high delinquency rates often force a community to spend thousands of dollars on legal collection fees just to recover basic dues. A similar leakage occurs during the bidding process for third-party vendors. Manual, paper-based bidding often results in a 10 to 15% premium on contracts, compared to digital platforms that enforce competitive pricing and track service-level agreements. To address this, the Florida Administrative Code explicitly authorizes and encourages the use of electronic voting and the digital transmission of association notices. Modern management protocols utilizing these digital frameworks are shown to reduce administrative workloads and headcount requirements by over 30%. Moving away from paper processes targets a significant source of waste in both vendor contracts and billable management hours. For many multifamily communities, utilities represent the single largest controllable expense in the budget. Legacy management lacks the energy submetering and smart controls necessary to monitor industrial HVAC and ventilation systems of this scale. Without precise controls, Common area lighting and HVAC systems can waste up to 30% of their total energy usage. Unmonitored heating, cooling, and water systems often run at peak capacity continuously, regardless of the actual demand from the building. This lack of oversight passes thousands of dollars in preventable utility costs directly to unit owners every month. Modern Internet of Things sensors and automated lighting align consumption with actual demand, targeting the energy currently lost to peak capacity waste. Without digital oversight, these monthly energy leaks continue to drain the association's operating budget. Eventually, these operational and budget failures impact the individual owner's unit equity. Florida Statute 718.503 governs what a seller must disclose to a prospective purchaser. Sellers are legally required to provide buyers with the association's current financial statements, milestone inspection summaries, and the most recent structural integrity reserve study. Because of these mandates, management failures and unfunded reserves are now immediately visible to real estate underwriters and potential buyers. This has a direct mathematical impact on purchasing power. Every $100 increase in monthly HOA dues can reduce a buyer's mortgage qualification by $10,000 to $15,000. In this way, legacy management costs the association more than just operating funds. It can erode the resale value of every unit in the building. High property management operating costs and rising insurance rates mean communities can no longer rely on 1990s management methods to meet 2026 prices. Protecting a building's integrity now requires proactive care, rapid response times, and total administrative clarity. Modernized management protocols shift the dynamic from reactive risk to verifiable asset protection. Board members and homeowners can learn how to modernize their community's management protocols by visiting camwiseam.com. Transitioning to data-driven management addresses the specific statutory, insurance, and administrative leaks that current Florida law no longer allows associations to ignore.